So I am Sarita McCullough. I am a math teacher in the middle school here at St. Luke's, and I'm also the lead middle school teacher this year. Like Susie said, I have an undergraduate degree in interdisciplinary studies with an emphasis on math and science education, and I also have a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. So students in the middle school actually have a lot of really similar experiences from IL, which is the intermediate level, get carried over into the middle school. So like Susie was saying, we try to be really intentional about, like she said, bridging the experience. And then our middle school's focus is all on helping the kids get a really well-rounded experience that sets them up for success in whichever high school they wish to go to, whether it be a public school in the area, a private school in the area, or we've had students go off to boarding schools in different states. So whatever they choose to do, they're always prepared leaving our middle school. So I actually also have a little presentation, but I'm going to talk through mine. So let me just get mine going here. So let's see, let me try to drag it. There we go. So our middle school program, we have 5 core classes. We really focus in 6th grade on the transition to middle school, and one really huge benefit to our middle school program is our advisory program. And our advisory program breaks kids up based on their grade level. This year, they're actually gender specific as well. And they get a teacher assigned to them. And so that teacher, we do like fun activities with them. We do character development. And then we also do a lot of organizational strategies, especially in 6th grade when they're learning how to transition. So for those of you interested in 4th and 5th grade this year, you know, middle school is not that far down the line. And so just knowing that if you put them here for 4th and 5th, knowing that that would actually be like a 5-year commitment is really solid, and that it will be definitely worth the investment and the decision. So these are just some pictures. So these are not from this year. That's why they're not masked. These are from previous years, but we have, you know, themed days for Spirit Week. And so kids love advisory. They have special lunches together sometimes. We do all kinds of activities and contests. We're doing a Christmas door decorating, but advisory, really the purpose is for one teacher to really have a connection with your child so that no student is falling in between the cracks. Like Susie said, we keep a pulse on every child. We can support them if they're struggling. We're a huge bridge for the family to partner with you guys to make sure that we're the first point of contact for you with anything your child or your family would need with their academic or just their personal experience here. So then we have, here's our advisory again. Here are some pictures from last year's 8th grade. Here's some character development stuff we did with the female students, where they were doing different like positive, you know, affirmations, and they put signs all over the school. Just different things like that, which is really fun, and the kids really love advisory. The learning environment, as you can see from Susie's presentation and what Xandra said earlier, is we strive to make learning really meaningful and full of rich experiences, but also fun and hands-on. So here on the left, you see this is a history class where they're debating. Each one has the honorable Mr. or Mrs. whoever. So trying to make it fun, and lots of simulations and things like that. Science labs, and then even with math, we play all kinds of learning games to try to make class be exciting while also learning really meaningful but also rigorous content. So here's just some other things that the students, some other pictures of the learning environment, just to give you kind of a view on that. Declamation is another thing that the kids actually do starting, I believe, in kindergarten, and it's different every year, but declamation is done through their English class, and each year has kind of a theme. And so in the middle school, they do declamation also, where they memorize a poem and then they declaim it, or they present it memorized to the entire school. And so that helps teach them, you know, public speaking skills and confidence, things like that, as they study different aspects of poetry and literature in their English classes. We have all kinds of school programs like robotics, which continues. Susie Parker used to be in charge of robotics and had all kinds of fun stories. I'm sure she can tell you about that. We have NJHS. We have a student voice program, which is like our school like class president type thing. Band is a huge thing here. Students love music class with Mr. Harris. They participate a lot in chapel by performing and leading music there. And then we also really focus on servant leadership. So we have the St. Luke's Way, which is part of our mission statement. We recite it every day in chapel together. And so the kids, it's like our code that we live by. And that's kind of what all of our redirection or discipline, as you'd call it, focuses on following the St. Luke's Way, which is being courteous and cooperative to everyone. And then outdoor school is a huge thing that kids love, where we go for 3 days camping to different places. They get all kinds of cool experiences, swimming, fishing, kayaking, rappelling down a wall, doing different things, but they also learn things about like the constellations or other things like that. Chapel buddies is a big deal in middle school, where a 6th, 7th, and 8th grader gets paired with a pre-K 3, 4 kinder or first grader, and they buddy up in chapel, and it teaches the little ones how to behave in chapel and how to follow along and participate responsibly, and they love chapel buddies. That's a really big privilege for middle school to get to be a chapel buddy. So here are just some pictures, and it's a really sweet relationship they get to have for 3 years. And then our preparation for high school, like I said, we really focus on trying to make them be as prepared as possible. And so, we do that through various organizational skills, leadership skills, character development, and then also just by providing a very rigorous academic experience. They get a high school credit for both their 8th grade science and their 8th grade math class. They take Algebra 1, and then they take IPC, which is called Integrated Physics and Chemistry. And most of them, if they take Spanish, they can also place into a higher level Spanish in high school. So we pride ourselves on that being a really solid curriculum program for them by the time they reach high school. And we always use on our social media the hashtag best school ever, because we believe that it really is. It's a super fun place to work and to go to school. And if you come on campus, you just can't help but fall in love with it. So we hope that you enjoy this virtual open house, and that you're seeing your kid in these photos and feeling like they would fit right at home.